Alright, we're going to do an in the bag today, and I'll show you guys what I throw a little bit. So I'd like to say I go back and forth from Colorado to Kansas a lot, so I'm changing elevation a lot. And I try not to change my bag. I just kind of switch my lineup up to like a little more stable when I go down in elevation, just so I can keep the molds the same and I know my disc a little better, I think. Okay, so we'll start off with the drivers. I carry my main thrower normally in Kansas would be the Giant. I carry 3 Giants. They're all VIP Giants, ranging in stability from the most stable one that I use in throwing into headwinds, and anything that I want to get a big flex shot out of, I'll do it with that. Maybe some sidearms that I need to come back. And then I have I throw this one the most out of all the ones. It's straight to stable in Kansas, and it's pretty stable in Colorado, so I don't throw as much in Colorado, but it gets its use in Kansas for sure. And then this last one is a lighter Giant, actually. It's a lighter weight, so it's a little more flippy, but it's still got the stability of a Giant, so I use it more for forehands. I can pop it out there on a hyzer, it'll flip up to flat. I always know it'll finish though. I always throw it sidearm, so it's always going to finish right for me when I'm throwing it like that. So Giant, go check them out, they're really nice. Next up, I carry a Felon. I love the Felon, it's a great disc. Super stable, fairway driver. Anything that I need to go just straight to stable from 330 to high 300s, 370, 380, 390. Probably not 400. I'm going up to a Giant for that one, but great disc. The next one is my super meat hook that I don't really throw too much, but out in Kansas you get a lot of good old wind, so you need a super stable disc, and I carry the Stiletto. It says super overstable speed driver, so it lives up to that standard. I can throw this into a 30-mile-an-hour headwind, and I know that it'll stay straight and finish left, and you need that a lot, so it's a great disc. And I got a couple more. Next one is a Saint Pro. I love this disc. It's a step down from a Felon in stability, but I can get this thing pretty far if you really get on it. They're really straight. Like, you can throw it as hard as you want on a hyzer and have it go straight, finish. We'll finish up always. Another main disc, one of my Colorado discs that I would throw a lot in Colorado is the World. It gets thrown in Kansas sometimes, but it's a little less stable than a Giant. I just like the Giant for its dependability and consistency in Kansas. But the World is money in Colorado. I can throw it out really hard on a hyzer or flat and just have it flip up, right a little right maybe sometimes. Straight, finish out left. It's a nice disc. Love the World. I need to get more of them. And the last one is my understable distance driver, is the King. This is a flat top one that I actually got from my buddy in Kansas. I don't know. I flick it a lot actually too for straight to stable flicks. The flat top ones, this is a VIP plastic one. It tends to be a little more stable than the traditional VIP plastic ones that I've got in the past that aren't this tournament stamp. This one seems to be so flat that I don't know if you can see it or not, but I love it. It's almost like the World, but a little less stable. So I would just use it as a less stable World almost. Alright, moving down, I carry a lot of mid-ranges. I'm really starting to improve on my mid-range game, so I'm starting to really like throwing mid-ranges. And this will be my favorite one by far, is the Dynamic Disc Truth. I throw it in lucid plastic. This one, the Supreme Flight stamped one. Got my first 2 aces with this one, so I'm very happy with this disc, and I'm sure there's going to be more with it. It's just a great disc. I can have it ride any angle that I put it on. Put it on an anhyzer, it'll stay on an anhyzer. Hyzer, stay on a hyzer. Flat, stay flat, flat, finish left. Great disc, so straight. Colorado, Kansas, both elevations. Great disc. I throw it so much. Moving step up, this is a pretty new disc in my bag. I haven't thrown it much, but I'm really liking it so far. It's the Biofusion Suspect. My buddy Chris Smith gave this to me, and I cannot say enough good things about this disc. It's straight in Kansas. It can hold up to the Kansas winds. I haven't thrown it much in Colorado yet, but I know it's going to be a money disc. It's great. It's a great complement to my next disc, which is the Dynamic Disc Verdict, which is also a Suspect-like disc. It's straight to stable, I would say. Probably same stability as my Suspect what I've known so far, but I don't know. I really dig it. I don't throw it as much as I like want to, but it's great disc. This would be the one that I throw way more, is the West Side Bard. Carry 2 of them. They're exactly the same in flight characteristics. Carry 2 of them just for backup. I just got this new misprint one. It's nice. But on this is the first time I ever threw this first out of my hand. Someone gave it to me. I smacked chains for an ace, but it did not go in. But that's okay. But this is just, I don't know what I compare this to. I can throw this thing really far, and I throw it on for big hyzer bombs almost in mid-range form. But it's a great disc. I can always depend on it to come back. Little headwind. Yeah, whatever I need. Holds up in the wind great. Then the last one is the Dynamic Disc Justice. This one is ridiculous. I don't even throw this one that much, but if you ever have like that 40-50 mile an hour headwind, you're going to want a Justice in your hands, because it's going to always come back. It's ridiculous. 0.054. It lives up to those numbers exactly. It is the most stable mid-range I've ever thrown. And yeah, I sometimes flick up with it, just little flick up shots that I need that I know it's not going to hook back. But yeah, going on to the putters. Carry 2 throwing putters. First one is a Moonshine Warden. It's really straight for me. I can get this thing actually pretty far. I can probably get it 320, 330. But yeah, I love this thing. I like no bead putters for throwing and beaded putters for putting with. And this Warden is just great for me. It's straight. Holds up in a wind nice. Tailwind, crosswind, headwind, whatever wind I need it in it. It'll hold that line. And this Moonshine plastic I've heard is more stable, and I don't know if I'd agree with that necessarily, but it's straight for me, and that's what I need for this putter. Then this one is the West Side Shield. My buddy actually gave this to me in this tournament that he played in, so shout out to him for that. But the main reason I carry this disc is I have I don't even know, on some par 4s there's maybe 150, 200 foot upshot, and I just want to do a little standstill. I'll just flick this putter on a hyzer, and it will just I can put it in within 30 every time from 100 to 200 feet. I love this thing I don't throw it too much backhand, but it's got the soft plastic, so it sits where it hits, and that's why I carry it, because it sits where it hits, and it's great. Crisp grass, nice. Not as stable as a Warden, but it's still got stability to it. And then lastly, I carry my putting putters are the Judge. Carried in prime plastic. I love the prime plastic. It is hard, tacky, but still is consistent. That's the main thing I like about it. It's consistent. I used to putt with the classic soft, and it would tend to warp more and just not hold up to wear as much as these ones do. These ones are nice. I've had so much good luck with these. On my first tournament when I started putting with these, so I think it's a great success to my game, and it's definitely a reason I've gotten much better, I would say. And that's what I carry in my bag.